Hi there, this is David, and welcome back to the exciting conclusion of Let's Play Dragon Slayer The Legend of Heroes. Here we're fighting Naja himself. Well, maybe. It did kind of say, question marks and all that. First things first, let's leech him, get his defense power pretty low to make it easier to kill him, then calm him. That will silence all of his spells, and if you don't calm him, he will cast Waste 5, which will hit you for roughly 500 damage, and heal him for 500 HP as well. So he's pretty simple, and yeah, that's it. The end. Is the quest over? Most definitely! It's totally over! I mean, we can't possibly have multiple final bosses, can we? Oh. Yeah, I guess we can have multiple final bosses. So that was Naja's double. Oh, he is his twin, okay. Well, we're not going to retreat just yet, especially because you're really close by. So let's go find Naja real quick, just head on out of here, and hopefully, avoid these monsters because I really don't want to fight them, and then head inside this door over here. Yeah, it's just another little straight shot. You need to have the sword blaze right here to open up this door, but I'm going to stop right here for just a second, heal up to max, and meet you in a second. Got all that taken care of, so let's head on over and fight Naja himself.
At last we meet. I never dreamed I would see the day when I'd be confronted by humans. Know you that I be as old as time itself? That you're not the first civilization to be crushed by my hands? I thought not. It was an error on my part not to have totally annihilated mankind when I had the chance. I shall not make the same mistake again. Once I eliminate you and obtain the Jewels of Doom, civilization as you know it will no longer exist.
But why destroy us?
Because you are what you are.
And what do you mean by that?
It's best that you do not know. That way, you'll rest easier in your graves.
So Naja wants to kill us because we are what we are. Sure. Go ahead and leech him as well. I only want to leech him once because I really don't want him to cast spells, because if he starts casting spells, then he will kill you. Let's go ahead and use the rabbit foot on Giles. That will raise his luck by a ton. So hopefully he is able to, hit him. But sometimes he kind of flies into the air and you can't. And you can really only hit him for the most part using those sword blazes. You can get in an attack with other weapons, but it will only hit like for either 1 damage. But if you do get a critical hit, it will, hopefully, or it'll deal more damage, in the couple hundreds of damages. Giles' attack. I pretty much just want Sonya to be healing, using those potions that I have. Let's see. Yeah, heal yourself. Okay, Logan attack. Ugh. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult. It takes a while, but it's nothing that you can't handle here. Let's see. There we go. Nice! Ooh. Lots of damage there. Come on. We're getting them down pretty nicely, gotta say. Heal. Yeah, yourself. You have the lowest HP. Why not? Not that it really matters if anybody dies. I mean, yeah. Pretty easy. I mean, a critical hit takes up a fourth of his HP.
Mankind has always been the poison. For it is man that destroys nature as he multiplies in number. I, on the other hand, am the antidote. It was nature that created me to maintain her delicate balance. When I first brought civilization to its knees, I felt an overwhelming sorrow for what I'd done. In my anguish, I cast the Jewels of Doom to the far corners of Issanasa, so that I would never repeat the deed again. But But when I saw mankind once again becoming a threat to nature, I decided it was time to put an end to everything once and for all. However, it would seem that a power much greater than mine has decided that mankind must live. I can only bow to that decision.
What's eating you, Your Highness?
Did we really do the right thing? I can't shake the feeling that nausea was nature's last defense against man. By defeating nausea, we may have sealed the fate of nature.
Ah, but you mustn't forget that Naja yielded to what he claimed was a higher decision. If that is the case, then I think it is safe to assume that the powers that be have left it in our hands to maintain nature's balance.
Maybe this time, nature used Naja to warn us.
Yeah, now all we gotta do is live and let live.
I hate to admit it, but I think our streetwise friend has singled out an ideal solution.
So, live and let live. That's the whole moral of this game? So, kill the leader of the bad guys,
Live
but...
and let live. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Hey, you're making me blush.
And there's the ending, yeah. So kill the bad guy, but then let everybody live and let live. Sure, whatever, I'll take it. So, what about the princess? What about this whole tacked-on love interest that we had to have? At least there's not a cliffhanger ending. I mean, that's something. You know, I kinda like how it did that little anime cutscene right there. I wish that there was more cutscenes like that throughout the game. It was pretty much just the cutscene at the very beginning of the game, like in the introduction, and then this cutscene here. There was no other cutscenes throughout the game. Although, the dialogue was really, I want to say nice, but more funny than nice. I mean, I found it hysterical. It was so difficult for me recording to remain quiet during the dialogue in this game, because every time they started talking, all I wanted to do was bust out laughing hysterically. It was just so ridiculous. But another thing that I would have liked if this game did was just to have like maybe that little cutscene, just to kind of show who was talking. Because a lot of the times, whenever they did, have just the dialogue scenes, you didn't really know exactly who was talking, but you just kind of had to guess, I guess. And was it just me, or did Naja's voice actor sound exactly like Drax's voice actor? Maybe it's just me. But anyway, with all that, let me get on to my review of the game. Pretty much, I feel like the game is incredibly ahead of its time. I believe that it came out in Japan in like 1989. Like, that's insane. Dragon Warrior 3 came out in Japan in 1989. I mean, come on now. And this was just incredibly ahead of its time. It had customization, not just through equipment or accessories, but customization with your level ups. You could choose where to put your points, which could be, kind of a double-edged sword, because if you put everything into, like, luck, you could really screw over your characters. You had to make sure it was balanced, and you had to kind of front-load your characters by putting a shit ton of points into your strength and your intelligence in order for that to kind of compound and add up throughout the course of the game, and then at the end of the game, you kind of switch over and you start putting more points into speed, especially, and a little bit into luck here and there. I thought the music was really nice, kind of jazzy music, kind of funky, pretty cool. I liked it. And had voice acting, which was unheard of. Hell, unheard of in the NES, unheard of in the SNES, pretty much unheard of in the PlayStation games, except for maybe, Lunar. But really nice. Had the monsters on the screen, Now, for some negatives, had a ton of grinding. Had a limited inventory, but that really doesn't matter because there weren't really that many items anyway. And magic was essentially useless, because all you did during battles, or boss battles, was cast Calm. Oh hey, there's that love interest. So much for being tacked on. Yeah, it's just tacked on the ending too. But yeah, magic was essentially useless. I mean, you even got like a magic party member, Sonya, and you really never had to use your spells at all. There was a little bit of sequence breaking, in the game, but not that much. It did a pretty good job of, telling you where to go and sending you on your way. But, especially towards the end, if you did not know exactly who you had to talk to, when you had to talk to them, and in what order you had to talk to them, you were screwed! Like, I could see myself if I played this game way back when I was a kid, 10-something years, or not 10 years ago, oh my god, I'm thinking it was like 2000. Back in 92, whenever I was about 10 years old, I could see myself wandering around for hours trying to figure out, who I had to talk to. But with all that being said, I still thought that it was a pretty decent game. It didn't outlive its welcome. It only stayed around for, I think it was 15 hours. That included all the grinding and everything else that I had to do. So, not that bad, not that long. Really tight, tells a good story for its time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, hang around for next time whenever I'm starting up the next Legend of Heroes game, Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch. If you guys like this, you know what to do. Have a good day.